Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So today we are going to attack the fourth pillar of the Cajun big ones. We've already done jambalaya, we've done gumbo, we've done etouffee. Today we're doing red beans and rice. So our previous episode we made homemade tasso ham, which is a Cajun smoked ham. Incredible stuff. That's going in today. We're using our homemade kielbasa also. You can use andouille if you wish, but I like it with the kielbasa and especially the homemade kielbasa that we've done. So let's get it going. First thing I'm going to do is get some butter and oil in the pot behind me and start sauteing the Trinity. The Cajun Trinity is onions, peppers, and celery. So the amounts for all the ingredients is down below. I am making a lot today. So we planned to do this today. Before we went to a holiday party last night, we got a bag of beans, a 1-pound bag of red beans soaking. And then at the party, ended up inviting a lot more people over for dinner today. So the way you can quick soak your beans to have them ready to go is to put them in a pot of water with about 6 to 8 cups, bring them to a boil for about 2 minutes, then take it off the heat, cover it, and let it set for an hour. So that was our emergency measures to double the recipe because of all the people we invited. So as I was saying before, I'm making a lot today. All of those ingredient amounts down below can be ratioed down if you're not cooking for an entire horde like I am. All right, my butter's pretty much melted in there with the oil all heated up. So now in goes the Trinity, and we're going to cook this stirring often for about 5 to 6 minutes. All right, so the Trinity has been sauteing for about 5 minutes. Now it's time to add some stuff. Going to add some salt, pepper, thyme, and of course, cayenne. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this Tony Chachere Creole seasoning. Get that all mixed up and cook this for another 3 to 4 minutes. So now in goes an obscene amount of garlic, and I'm going to continue to saute that until the aroma is strong, and then we'll put in some more ingredients. Okay, we're there. It only takes about 30 seconds. Now in goes in the tasso ham. If you can't find tasso ham or you don't make your own, you can use any type of ham you'd like to. Personally, I would stay away from a sweet ham like a honey ham, just because I don't think it melds well with the other flavors in here. So I'm putting in about 2 pounds here. We're also adding the sausage. And the bay leaves. Then we're going to mix all that up. We're going to let that go for 5 to 6 minutes, stirring frequently, trying to get my tasso broke up. So after I made my tasso, I chopped it up into bite-sized chunks because that's how I'm going to use it in my jambalaya or red beans and rice. And then vacuum sealed it and chucked it in the freezer. So I got to do some stirring here to break those pieces up. Yes, it would have been smart doing that before I dumped it in here. All right, at this point we got all the ingredients in except for the beans. So let's add them. Beans are in, all mixed up. Now we're going to put enough water in there to where we have about an inch above the rest of our stuff in there. Okay, water's in, give it a stir, then we're going to jack that heat up to high and bring this to a boil. And we're going to keep it there for about 2.5 hours. Then we'll be back for the next step. So our red beans and rice have been in a low boil for about 2 hours. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my biggest slotted spoon, which is this puppy here. I'm going to fish out Probably about half of the beans and put them into my Vitamix container here. And then we're going to put a couple cups of liquid in there and get those blended. Add it back in here. Now, if you're doing a smaller batch, if you're doing a half size of what I'm doing here, your best bet then is to take a wooden spoon and smash those beans against the side of the container. I will tell you, it takes about 10 minutes to get that done. Your arm gets tired after a while. With this huge pot, there's no way I'm going to do that. It would take me forever. So that's why I'm doing the blender method. You can certainly do that on a smaller amount. It's totally up to you. If you get some of the celery in there, or peppers, or onions, it's not the end of the world. You just don't want to blend up any of the meat. So your pro tip there is don't cut your ham too small to where it makes this step very difficult. You want to have good bite-sized chunks. All right, so got about a half a pitcher here full of beans. Now I'm going to get some liquid in here. Fill it up to about the 3/4 mark. We're going to blend it and then put it back in. I've dumped it in there. Now we're going to take a good look at consistency. If you need to thin it out, then add some water at this point. What you're looking for is about the consistency of a gumbo. So not real watery, but not crazy thick. Still has another hour and a half to cook, so at this point you do need to look at it more frequently because it is going to lose more liquid. Just add some if you need to. All right, so we're to the last step. I've already fished out the 8 bay leaves. Now is the point where we add a couple bunches of chopped green onions. Why do I add them at the end? Because the same reason I add them at the end of the jambalaya, just to give you that difference in texture. This stuff has been cooking all afternoon. It's going to be delicious, but sort of mushy. Adding these green onions at this point is going to give us that difference in texture, which is fantastic. And now it's the moment of truth. So, good helping of rice here. All right, as I'm waiting for that to cool down so I don't melt my face, if you like what you're seeing today, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and you'll know when we release every one of our episodes. All right, you can see that it's a little soupy, but it's not thin at all. Mixes in well with the rice. That's exactly the consistency you're looking for. So let's give this a try. Try and get some tasso and some sausage in there. Absolutely nailed it. Definitely try this. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, fair winds and following seas.